So, we're back in Genshin with a fluffy jacket and a hot tea to finish up our story with Albedo, the imposter, and the help of the Adventurers Guild and whatever else was with it. So, we have to return to Albedo.
Albedo!
Traveler, Paimon. I suppose your story is ready.
Yep. How about you? Do you need some more time?
Right, last time we had a little challenge with Albedo about storytelling. Sadly, to let you know, you are not allowed to participate, at least not beforehand. I don't know how the story goes. The only you could do was still the old stuff with the event. What we had before, and killing the Whopper Flower sometimes. I think it was in total 6 or 7 times. Either way, we did not make the story up ourselves as the player, so let's see what the Traveler has to say to our Albedo here.
No need. I am also ready to tell my story.
That is most probably very much more interesting than we have to tell.
Paimon calls dibs! Paimon first!
Please, go ahead.
Okay, here goes. Once upon a time, there was an evil researcher who went into the mountains and did a crazy experiment on whopper flowers to transform their appearance. After a lot of pain and suffering, the whopper flowers finally took on a human form. Then, they stood by the side of the mountain to wait for unsuspecting bypassers.
That sounds more like a story that you would tell at a campfire telling horror stories.
To whoever spoke to them, they would ask some questions such as, "Who am I? Who are you?"
Paimon could get good at horror stories telling.
If the bypasser got the wrong answer, the last sound they'd make would be a yelp before the whopper flower ate them alive in one bite.
Yeah, sounds like a horror story to me.
Ooh, truly frightening.
What the? You two aren't scared at all!
So Paimon really tried that, but come on, Paimon, put some more spice on it, some more dramatic. Maybe that could have helped. Plus, you're telling the story to someone who knows the story.
Don't go nitpicking, okay? If you didn't like the story, go write your own.
I wasn't allowed to write my own. Believe me, I would have ended quite a bit better. After the water flows eat the return to that
In other
person.
words,
Ooh, that's a nice
the
one.
whopper flowers would ambush and then completely replace their victims.
That would make it much more terrifying.
And then what? Go back to where the person lives? Enter their home? Eat their whole family? Ah!
That wouldn't make sense. I just turned to the other person and the other people are still missing.
Paimon made up this story, but now Paimon's the one who's scared by it.
Paimon, it's not hard to make you scared.
It's a good story. May I write it down? I may bring it up in future conversations.
You're telling horror stories at campsites?
What for? Just to scare people with?
Yes.
Well, more peace for him on the mountains, I guess.
You've got a real mean streak, Albedo.
Mine is a little longer than yours. It starts with an alchemist. A great alchemist once created Subject 1. Subject 1 was her proudest achievement, and successfully blended into human society. No one ever would have thought that this friend of theirs was in fact a synthetic human.
So he tells basically his life story now.
However, unbeknownst to Subject 1, the alchemist had tried the same experiment many times before he had come into being. Some of the rejects from failed experiments had been discarded, but had not died. Subject 2 was one such failed experiment. He was swallowed by a great dragon that came to rest upon a snow-swept mountain. Many years later, he was resurrected by the dragon's mysterious power.
So, an evil copy?
He saw all kinds of people on the mountain, including Subject 1, who had somehow miraculously blended in among them.
So, Albedo is Subject 1 in that matter, I think. And the other one is an imposter? I don't know.
Never in Subject 2's wildest imagination had he thought it possible for experimental life forms such as they to deceive everyone so successfully. He saw the way humans accepted Subject 1 as a friend, witnessed their affection as they addressed him by name.
Well, when you think about it now, where people not sure, or at least in games, to address things like in Detroit Becomes Human, if the androids are actually life forms or not, if they have rights or not. If you ask me, yes they do. They can think on their own. They're living beings. They are living beings. So, they are life form that deserve to live normally as well.
This was what Subject 2 wanted. Now, all that Subject 2 desired was to replace Subject 1 and take the joy of his existence for himself.
That's an interesting idea. I mean, yeah, first thing, replace the other one, but you could also come by and just like, I'm his lost twin brother! I wanna live with him now! I think you could do that. Albedo would maybe play along if you would talk with him about that. I would prefer my approach upon things and just like, hey, I'm the twin brother. The lost long twin brother.
This is giving Paimon the chills. So scary.
But yeah, that's what the Whopper Flower wanted.
Subject 2 began to unfold his plan. He stole Subject 1's books and notes and studied all that Subject 1 had learned from the alchemist. Subject 2 was highly intelligent, and he learned quickly. He changed his face into an exact replica of Subject 1's face. Then, he found a plant with mimicry capabilities and transformed it using dragon blood and alchemy.
Oh wait. The Whopper Flower is a creation of the other one. Like, from the last video we had that animated cutscene where another Albedo was around. So, the other Albedo created the Whopper Flower duplicate. Oh god, why is Albedo's story always so complicated?
And so, not only did Subject 2 transform his own appearance to perfectly match that of Subject 1, he also created a third entity, Subject 3.
Yes.
What? There's 3 of them now?
Yes, our Albedo, the other one that looks the same, that got resurrected from the dragon, and then the flower.
But Subject 2 wanted to become a perfected human. So, he erased a mark on both his and Subject 3's necks. For these marks were symbols of imperfection.
Yeah, but imperfection is perfection.
In my view, it was probably a subconscious act, an instinct. He so desperately craved to become a perfect human being that he forgot something. Human beings are defined by their flaws.
Like I said, imperfection is perfection. Always has been and always will be. Because if something is just perfect, it's boring. At least for my taste.
Subject 2's plan was meticulously crafted. Subject 3 would draw Subject 1's attention. After Subject 1 disposed of Subject 3, he would assume the threat had now disappeared and would let his guard down.
But he doesn't because Albedo's a smart boy.
The next moment that Subject 1 was alone, Subject 2 would make his move. He would eliminate Subject 1 and become the only one remaining.
Would be a way.
He would secretly replace the Subject 1 of everyone's memories and inherit his identity, residence, clothing, sword, name, and friends.
Wait. The other thing can replace memories as well? So basically you wouldn't even notice that our Albedo is gone. and poor little Klee would lose his big brother.
People would have no idea that the individual they knew had become somebody else from one day to the next.
No, poor Klee would lose her big brother. Come on, those two are adorable together.
This is way too scary. Paimon's never gonna be able to trust anyone again.
So, if you have either Klee or Albedo, read their stories. I think in Klee's story you don't really learn not that much. Just that she's just running around in town and making mischief. And in Albedo's story you learn that he has to clean up after her. Not always, but often enough.
But just before Subject 2 could carry out his plan, a unique stranger entered the mix. Subject 2 tried to make contact with this person, but found that they could somehow sense he was different from Subject 1.
Come on, it was obvious.
What's wrong? Are you scared?
Not that much.
What happened then? What happened to the stranger?
Oh, come on, Paimon, did you not notice he's recapping all the events that happened?
He became a new stage in Subject 2's plan. One more person that Subject 2 had to dispose of. It's as if there were 3 identical roses in a garden. Only one of the 3 was a fine specimen, while the other 2 were defective specimens that bore poisonous thorns. In all the world, only the gardener who tended to them could tell which was the good specimen.
So the only one who could say who is the perfect one would be the creator of Albedo, but that person is long gone.
People do not like poisonous plants. Only a perfect rose can fetch a high price. If the inferior specimens wanted to conceal the fact of their worthlessness, they would have to take the gardener out of the picture, using their poisonous thorns.
Okay, now we're getting too complicated. Albedo, speak normal for frick's sake!
This is exactly what Subject 2 was thinking. So, he hid in the shadows and waited patiently. Maybe soon, he would get his chance to become truly human.
Yeah, it's not just a story, it's the events till now. Yeah, these are real events. Albedo's trying to tell me the cruel and unbelievable truth.
That was intense. So what happened after that? Did Subject 2's plan succeed? Paimon can't bear thinking about it.
Well, until now, he did not succeed, but I think he will try again.
Fortunately, it is just a story. And even in this story, Subject 2 did not succeed. But you can never let your guard down on Dragonspine.
Yeah, this just lets future plans open for the other Albedo to come again and make more mischief. What I most probably will do.
Monsters mutated with Durin's power and blood are also creatures of Rhine-Daughter, just like me. You must beware of all such creatures.
That's why I'm also worried that we will go back to Dragonspine one day or another because of what he just said.
I'm glad to hear that. It's okay. I know what I am. You and I are both different, so there is no need for me to hide the truth from you. The only thing is that sometimes, when I think about how mighty the power of alchemy is, I feel so small.
That's a normal thing. I, for instance, when I say humans think they're so big on such a big planet, you just look in the night sky and you feel so small. We're just a tiny little planet in an unbelievably big universe that is still expanding.
As beings who set foot in this world, how arrogant are we in desiring to control our destiny and in desiring to create?
Well, there are some ways of creating that are legit and some are doesn't. And alchemy, depending how far you go, is both. in
Is
fact.
creation an arrogant act, traveler? If not, why do we call the ones that created us and control us gods?
Oh no, now you're questioning the logic of like the deities like Venti, Songli, and the Rain Shogun? Because that are literally the gods of this world. Venti, the animal god, Songli, the geo god, and the Rain Shogun, the electro one.
If it is, then what qualifies us to call ourselves creators? How far must we take our reverence and respect? And what purpose does it serve?
Good question. How did you feel when you took out the imposter?
Nothing special. But whenever I think about it, I feel a twinge of grief.
Poor
Why?
Albedo.
Because he took a life, I guess? After all, even in the story itself, Albedo doesn't fight. He's just an alchemist and uses his position as the head alchemist to research. He's not a fighter.
Hello? Traveler? Are you here?
Amber?
Hey, is that Amber?
Thought we might find you here.
And Eula.
We're here to deliver a message from Cyrus. There's gonna be a big event down at the base camp, and they want you there too, Traveler.
Okay, let's
Winter
see.
camp is nearing its end. Apparently, even provisional instructors are required to attend.
Okay.
Looks like we need to go, Albedo. Bye for now.
Stay safe, Albedo. Don't go to the... Don't become a victim of the other dude.
Then I won't keep you. I have some things to attend to here, so forgive me for not seeing you down.
Sure.
Don't worry about it. There have been no issues getting up and down the mountain recently.
Well, I guess because the water flow is gone and the mountain calmed down again.
Is everyone ready? Let's not keep them waiting.
And the fact that Bennett is not around. So the last part officially started. So, and because I don't want to walk over there, we just gonna teleport. And one teleportation later,
Don't we have a
we
job
arrived
to do?
at the camp.
Huh? Who is this guy?
Joel's father?
Allow me to introduce Yozerv. He's Joel's father.
Could you not figure out a more annoying name?
Dad, this is that traveler I was telling you about. The traveler's helped me out loads in the past, and this time we even built a snowman together.
I'm actually surprised that he stayed alive. I expected that he died up in the mountain, but hey, good for you, kid.
Joel has told me everything about you. I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, I'm glad you were there.
Wow, this is amazing.
Because I also legit expected that he died up in the mountain.
Wait a second. Why is Cyrus discreetly wiping tears away? And what is Pallid doing here?
Let me guess, did I find him up in the mountain?
Pallid is the hero of the hour this time. Go on, Pallid. Tell us what happened in your own words.
Of all people, Pallid! Do they try to get his reputation back up? That doesn't help.
Okay. The weather was fine on that fateful day, and I had a feeling that Lady Luck was smiling down on me. So I trusted my gut and set off to explore somewhere new, somewhere dangerous. Because where there is great danger, there is also great treasure.
Let me guess, you did a mistake, got in danger again, bothered some lovely girl, well, this time not a lovely girl, that had to rescue you again?
Why does this sound so hard to believe?
Exactly.
But I had only been away from the group for a short while when I fell down a slope and just started rolling.
Like I said, causing problems again.
Uh-oh. Did my bad luck rub off on him when we ran into each other on the mountain?
Psst, Bennett, everything is okay, he deserves it.
The place I fell to was somewhere I didn't recognize, and I'd sustained a few injuries. I remember thinking to myself, this is the worst luck I've ever had in my whole life.
Bennett, don't feel bad, he deserved it, don't worry, boy. Don't feel bad.
Then I met Yozerv. He'd heard the sound of me falling and came out to see what was going on.
But hey, that guy is finally back to his child.
Wow, so it was completely by chance then.
I thought he must have been someone from the Adventurers Guild here for the event, but after a few words of conversation, it was clear that he was having memory problems. He didn't even know his own name.
Oh, that explains why he was stuck on the mountain for so long. For those who don't know, Dragonspine got introduced a few what was it now, about a half a year ago, I think. And Joel is waiting for him the whole time. And there were notes laying around that him happened something to him. So I think it was the common thought that he died, but he just got memory loss.
The temperature was freezing, and there was no time to deal with all that there and then. So I convinced him to come back to the camp with me and figure everything else out after we got there. We got back to the camp, ran into Joel, and the moment he saw him, he froze for a second with this completely stunned expression on his face, and then he started crying out, "Dad! Dad!" That's when Yozerv suddenly started to remember.
That's nice.
My memory has still not fully recovered, but Joel and his mother, they are the only ones that I will not, no, that I cannot forget.
Nice. Good man! He sees his child and remembers it. I love it.
Daddy.
That's the most important thing.
Daddy's right here, Joel. Daddy's right here.
Yozerf, don't you remember anything else at all? The poor princess, feeding the foxes?
I'm sorry. I have no recollection. Maybe it's because of the head trauma. I'm not sure.
Must be. But even if you don't remember that, it's fine too.
I woke up and found myself covered in blood. My things were gone, and there was nothing to indicate who I was or how I got there.
Sadly, I don't remember the events anymore that happened about him, but we found the notes about. So, I don't know.
I crawled into a cave and settled in for a slow recovery. After my legs and feet were a little better, my hunting skills were what kept me alive.
Well, there are enough animals up there.
Dad, I was so worried about you.
Good child that you never lost hope that your dad comes back.
I'm all right now, Joel. Oh, don't cry. Daddy's not going anywhere. I'm here to stay.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
Oh, well, that ends well, indeed.
You know what, though? I definitely think my luck got worse after running into Bennett on that mountain.
Oh, now you're blaming Bennett for it. Like, oh god. Palat. I will hate you even more than before. First you use sucrose by causing big-ass problems with the cursed sword when we had the first story with Albedo. Ooh.
I knew it.
Bennett,
just-
he deserved all the bad luck in the world, not you.
No. I just meant if it weren't for you, there's no way I ever would have run into Yozerv on a mountain this huge. Besides, we got back safely, didn't we? So don't blame yourself. Maybe sometimes miracles can only happen when you get just unlucky enough.
Are you trying to cheer him up? Because I don't think you're making a good job in that.
Solid. When did you become such a smooth talker, huh?
Never has been.
Huh? Am I? I was just telling the truth.
Oh, yeah. I want to say thank you to the Traveler, Uncle Cyrus, Auntie Eula, and Auntie Amber. Thanks, everyone. You all helped look after me, and I will always remember it.
Yes, he's waiting the whole time in the camp for his dad to return.
But I guess I can't take the snowman with me, or it'll melt once it leaves Dragonspine. It's such a shame.
Just wait for winter. Maybe we'll build you a snowman again.
Oh, I can help with that. One moment.
What you doing, Eula?
Huh? You?
I mean, Eula has a cryo vision. That's the ice vision for those who don't know. So,
Here, take this. It's powdered rime. Just add it to your snowman, and it will never melt.
hoo-hoo!
Wow! Really? Oh, this is awesome! You're the best, Auntie Eula!
And Eula feeling better again.
Dad, I have an unmeltable snowman now! How cool is that?
What a nice way to wrap this event up.
How can I ever repay you all?
Don't mention to stay with your son.
Thank you all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Dad, I want to go move the snowman. Can we do it now, please?
Okay. I'll be leaving with Joel now. I'm sure I'll see you all another day.
Very well, very well. It's time for Pallet and I to have another discussion concerning his breaches of adventurer discipline.
Good job, Cyrus. Just lock him in solitary confinement like Jean does to Little Clee.
Huh? But Cyrus, I think I kind of made up for my mistakes this time, you know?
Doesn't matter.
See you guys.
Oh, I made this for you and Amber. Think of it as a winter souvenir.
Aw, are you sure? This must be really important to you.
What are you giving us?
Come on now, just take it. No need to make such a fuss.
Wow. Now our snowman won't melt either. Great.
And that's the explanation how we get our little snowman into our teacup. Because I heard of it that we can also have the snowman in the teacup after this event. So, thanks,
You're welcome.
Eula.
Just keep it. That's all I ask.
Snowman
Amber and I
time.
have some business to attend to now. See you later.
Everyone's gone. Seems like they've all got their own stuff to do now. Oh, you know what? We've been on Dragonspine all this time, and somehow Paimon still forgot to ask Albedo about how to make a fruit juicifier machine that could keep the juice fresh.
I cannot imagine that you can forget every food, Paimon.
Maybe we should try Timaeus again. He does seem pretty eager to please after all.
So, and that's the... Oh god, yes. I can't wait to build a snowman. Either way, you heard Paimon. We have to go back and bother Tim about the juicer again. So, because there's even more than before in the way. Back to teleporting. And here we are, back in beautiful Mondstadt. To bother Tim.
Timaeus!
Traveler and Paimon, what can I do for you?
We still want that juicer, man.
Wait a minute. You've got that mischievous look on your face. Oh, you're not still thinking about that ridiculous juicer thing, are you?
Of course we are.
Timaeus, will you help us?
Yeah.
Well, if the Traveler isn't really interested, then, yeah, maybe I'll give this one a pass. It's just the weirdest request ever.
No, but Paimon's Sunsettias are gonna go to waste without it.
And the time it would take me to research something like that, I could probably pick those Sunsettias again 10 times over.
New research project, Timaeus?
And I bet. Wait. Which one?
We meet again.
The right one, good. So, Beto, can you help us with the juicer?
Oh, Albedo, thank goodness. So the situation is, Paimon wants a machine that can turn fruit into juice and keep the juice fresh. I mean, surely it's...
Majorly important, that's what it is. If you can manage to invent this, we'll never have to worry about fruit going bad ever again.
It's a good idea, but god dang it.
That's impossible.
Wait, what? Huh? Wait, yeah, he just was standing in front of us. The right one. And then the mark disappeared. So it's the fake one? The heck?
Turning fruit into juice is not hard, but keeping it fresh is more difficult. But if you simply want to keep the fruit from rotting, there are many ways to achieve this. Right, Traveler?
What? And now it's back!
What about his neck?
What's wrong? Is there something on my neck?
Oh no. Just by seeing this look, it's either the wrong one figured shit out, or our Albedo turning a prank on us. And by how I know Albedo, it's the wrong one.
From the look on your face, it's as if you thought I just played a practical joke on you that was in exceedingly poor taste.
It was a prank. Good. Oh, good. I didn't expect that Albedo can make pranks, but oh god.
Albedo, you were saying, how do you stop fruit from going bad?
Well, one way would be to bury your fruit on Dragonspine, where the snow never melts all year round.
But then Paimon won't be able to eat them.
You could always live on Dragonspine.
Paimon will turn into an icicle.
No, too cold for Paimon.
See?
Or you can give the fruit to me, and I would take it to Dragonspine for you. But since you don't like the cold, you'd have to send someone else to pick them up when you want them.
That's too annoying.
This is where you come in, traveler.
Are you expecting me to run errands for little Paimon there?
Suddenly sounds a lot more feasible with other people doing all the work. Okay then, shall we go with that idea?
You know, Paimon, you're still sticking around with me, so you have to go to Dragonspine with me.
Fruit buried on Dragonspine will stay fresh for much longer. However, it is also possible that the fruit will sprout and grow into fruit trees.
In the cold of Dragonspine?
Who knows? Maybe the next time you visit, it will have grown into an orchard. You can water the trees, add fertilizer, and when they finally bear fruit, you will have some fresh Sunsettias.
Dragonspine, isn't that the code for some stuff to grow like that?
No way! Then Paimon will have to be a gardener. That's not the goal here.
Oh? Well, I don't think being a gardener is so bad.
Let's talk about this. Doesn't he care about what the market...
Albedo! Stop trying to get your hands on Paimon's super sweet Sunsettias!
Albedo is so confusing today.
It bothers you, does it?
Of course it bothers Paimon! They are the rarest, super-duper sweetest Sunsettias ever! And they're not for you!
Paimon learned to share.
Okay, but they're just Sunsettias. I think you're only so attached to them because you don't have much fruit of this quality in your possession. When someone's pockets are full and their spirit is fulfilled, they don't easily fall prey to this kind of yearning.
True.
Really?
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it does. It turned from an interesting end to a lovely end, from a lovely end to a very confusing end. And yes, time to build the last snowman. God damn it, Albedo, why do we have to make everything complicated? And before I'm gonna wrap up, I wanna build the last snowman. So, back to the camp to build the last snowman, to finish up this event for good. So, like you see, snowman 1, 2, 3. Come on. And my last one.
We should keep moving, but watch your step in the snow.
So, and there we have them all. All 4 lovely snowmans, staying all nicely together. And with this beautiful event, with building snowmans, learning new stuff about Albedo, and returning to the cold of Dragonspine, comes to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around with me through this journey.
Work hard and live each day to the fullest.
Leave a like
That
if
is
you
what
liked.
life in Mondstadt is all
Subscribe
about, isn't it?
if you enjoyed it. And I see you guys next time. Bye.